Hello everyone, today we will talk about Mihrimah Sultan. How did Mihrimah surpass her children? What had she done? Why did she condemn so much in the actions of her aunts? So let's start from the beginning. Mihrimah Sultan is a beautiful moon-faced sultana. She was the most beloved daughter of Sultan Suleiman, the most powerful sultan in the Ottoman Empire. Mihrimah was the daughter of Hurrem Sultan. It would seem that Hurrem will defy nightly teach his daughter how to play intrigue correctly. Yes, Mihrimah tried to do something, but she didn't have enough sense. I thought Mihrimah would be stronger than Hurrem. She has power, she is not a slave, and all the roads are open to the girl. But no, at first, perhaps, Hurrem herself did not allow the girl to show her strength. We saw how cleverly little Mihrimah got away with it. A strong substitute mother and helper is growing during Hasaki's lifetime, but it has withered with age. Viewers of the series claim that Hurrem did not allow Mihrimah to show her talent in intrigues. She hid it behind her back all the time. Sometimes she wouldn't even let me open my mouth and drove me to her chambers all the time. I also didn't understand why Hurrem kept gagging her daughter when she was trying to protect her. By doing this, she humiliated her daughter, not believing in her strength. But on the other hand, Hurrem can be understood, she was afraid for her daughter. The big trouble for parents is excessive love for their child. We don't give them a chance to prove themselves, we try to shield them from problems and troubles. We do not realize that the child needs to learn to live independently. To fill your bumps, to realize where to go and where not. Although my reasoning may be inappropriate, since 500 years ago the slightest mistake could lead you to death. And then what happened to Mihrimah when she was left alone and the influential mother died? She remained the same girl who was afraid to meddle in her own affairs. I wonder if Hurrem had been in Mihrimah's place, would she have been able to achieve something with such an overbearing mother? As for the aunts, we all saw how almost everyone tried to frame Hurrem and kick her out of the palace. Hurrem was always one step ahead. The tactics of the sultans were to get into Hasaki's personal life and destroy it. Their mother and Mihrimah condemned them for this. They didn't understand how it was possible to behave so ignominiously, to prevent people in love from being happy. But most of all, in the eyes of Hurrem and Mihrimah, Mihrimah Sultan distinguished herself and was remembered. She didn't just get into the Hurrem family. She tried to influence the children of Hurrem. Remember Kharijihan? She fell in love with Bayezid, and the aunt, seeing this, began to hoe her niece so that she saddled the way she needed. Fatma also tried to persuade Jihangir to spy for her. She tried harder to quarrel Bayezid with Selim. The Sultana also got into the quiet and peaceful marriage of Mihrimah and Rustam. She understood that Rustam was unprofitable to her, and tried to remove him with her hands. Mihrimah. The Sultana sang, "How good it is to love and be loved. Ah, your Bali Bey and that swineherd Rustam." Of course, the girl fell for such phrases and began to hate Rustam even more. She didn't want to be the groom's wife. Her wound started to hurt even more. Mihrimah remembered well the tactics of Mihrimah Sultan and her other aunts. She condemned their methods, but did not disdain to apply them in life herself. Let's remember Nurbanu and Selim's family. What did Mihrimah do? Of course, she got in there and gave Safiya. Thanks to this concubine, Mihrimah easily rocked Urban and Selim's family boat. Just like Fatma, so Mihrimah, having gone through all the difficulties with her mother, condemning the terrible methods of her aunts, did not disdain to use their terrible methods for her own purposes. And I'll tell you, she did it better than her aunts.